welcome back to Mamatried. I'm Juliet, and today I have another toddler meal ideas video for you. And I have so many of these videos, so I will link a playlist in the video description if you are interested. But as always, we are starting off our day with some chocolate milk. This is Luxie's Coco Greens. She's been having them since she was 18 months old, and I will link that in the video description as well. But let's get into it. For breakfast, I'm going to make some pancake apple bites, which these are so yummy. So I'm just cracking one egg into a bowl. With a splash of oat milk, you can use whatever milk that you want, but we use oat milk instead of regular like cow's milk. And I'm doing 2 tablespoons of pancake mix. I have not used Bisquick since I was like a teenager, but I sent Stefano to the store and that is what he got. So now I'm just mixing all of that up and adding some cinnamon to it to give it like that apple pie taste. And I'm just going to mix it all together really well. And now I'm going to shred up half of an apple. I would have preferred a red apple, but Luxie really wanted green apples this time. So I just took the skin off of one side and I'm using my mandolin slicer to kind of shred it because I couldn't find my grater. This would have been much easier with a cheese grater, but I don't know what happened to mine. So yeah, now I'm just mixing everything together really well and making sure the apple pieces are coated. And I'm going to set this to medium-high heat and just plop it right on there with a fork.
And then flip them after 2 minutes. They look delicious.
You're welcome, baby. You finished it?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the syrup in this one too.
For lunch, I'm just heating up some leftover rotisserie chicken for about 30 seconds, and I'm going to put some sliced peaches and some cheese cubes on the side. After Luxie's nap, I took her to the water park and we both got some Dippin' Dots and they were delicious. For dinner, I'm just going to make some very easy chicken alfredo. So I'm using half a box of gluten-free rotini pasta. And of course, I let my water boil first and I'm just cooking it to the package directions.
Now Mommy's adding in some chicken. And a jar of alfredo sauce.
And I'm adding half a jar of alfredo sauce and I'm just going to mix the chicken and the alfredo sauce together until the chicken is like more shredded like that. And then I'm going to add in the pasta and just mix it all together. I ended up adding in some pink Himalayan salt, black pepper, and some more alfredo sauce so the noodles could be more coated.
monster.
Is it good? We were running late this morning to dance camp, so I'm making a very easy, fast breakfast for Luxie. I'm just toasting 2 pieces of white bread, adding some whipped cream cheese on top, and just cutting the crust off and cutting it into triangles for her with some bananas on the side, and that's it. We're good to go. You're welcome, baby girl. For lunch, I'm making some grilled cheese roll-ups and fried bananas. So I just have 2 pieces of white bread here that I am rolling out with a rolling pin to make them flat. And then I'm going to cut the crust off. Now I am just putting a slice of American cheese on the bread, and then I'm going to roll it up. I'm heating a pan on medium-high heat, and then I'm going to put some butter on the outside of the cheese roll-up, and then I'll place it in the pan. And I'm just going to turn the roll-up until it's completely cooked on all sides and a little crunchy on the outside. Now I'm just going to cut them into smaller pieces, and I'm going to also cut up the rest of Luxie's banana from this morning into thick pieces, so that way they won't turn mushy whenever I put them in the pan. And I'll just put them in the pan and flip them over. I'm going to put some sliced almonds on top and some cinnamon, and that's lunch. You're welcome. For dinner, I am meal prepping some fish tacos for myself, and you will see more of these gluten and dairy-free recipes on my next video, which is going to be a mommy meal prep. But first, I am preheating my oven to 400 degrees and putting a piece of parchment paper on a baking sheet and getting out all of my spices, and I'm going to be making a toddler-friendly version for Luxie. So I am putting all of my spices together and mixing them up. Now I'm going to coat 1 pound of thawed tilapia with the seasoning front and back, and I'm going to put it on the parchment paper. Now I'm going to drizzle about 1 tablespoon of olive oil on top of the tilapia. For mine, I'm actually making tacos, but for Lexi, I just have a corn tortilla and I'm putting some cheese in the middle and just making like a little mini quesadilla for her. And I'm going to put some tilapia on the side and avocado, and there's dinner. And eat some of your fish.
Okay.